Yo, guys, welcome back to the Virgin Podcast.
I'm Virgin number one.
I'm Virgin number one.
We want to give a shout out to all of our comments we received.
A lot of great feedback we got.
Yeah, from all of our out of context TikTok videos.
All these know-it-alls on TikTok that
called us virgins.
Well, we are virgins.
We are virgins.
Don't get it twisted. We're absolutely virgins.
I don't know where. What?
What? Like the olive oil?
What? Where do I put the olive oil?
Extra virgin.
Oh, that's what you meant.
No, I use it as lube when I don't have sex.
You just go to lose your virginity. You show up with a jug of olive oil. Where do I put
Like those glass bottles with the special nozzle.
Yeah, with the
Let me just drizzle it on.
Yeah, it's like she's like, stick it in me, baby. Well, where does this go?
What do I do with this?
This is from Sicily.
You like this, right?
Yeah. Isn't this how it works? I put it on and you got any bread for a baguette?
Can I dip a soft pita into you?
Oh God!
Come here, mademoiselle.
We just mixed up like 3 different cultures.
They all use olive oil.
It's like Italian, like, hey, I got this virgin olive oil. Is that okay, mademoiselle? Oh, that got me, man. Anyway, yeah, we had a lot of out of context.
Guys, don't argue with us on TikTok because you're dumb.
Yeah,
if you do that.
Well, yeah, it's like when you argue with us over. We love it, by the way.
It's hilarious.
Oh, it's so funny. But when you argue with us over TikTok, you're only seeing like these minute videos. If you go onto YouTube and watch our full podcast, we will hit all the notes. Yeah, and then, if you have an issue, hit us up and we'll fucking run you into the ground.
We'll invite you onto the show and,
yeah.
What we do.
No, absolutely. But yeah, I love.
You know, the ironic thing is that nobody's going to watch this part of the podcast unless we put it into a TikTok.
Yeah, right. We're basically fucked.
We're basically TikTokers.
Well, on that note, do you want to do a podcast?
Yeah, let's do a podcast.
All right, everybody. So this week
hurt.
We watched Adam Sandler's Murder Mystery 2, and we loved it. April Fools. Today's April Fool's Day. April Fools. We didn't like it. I wanted to like it, but I didn't.
I should kill you.
Why?
Because that was a terrible joke.
What was it?
And it would make a great murder mystery.
I'm just, the cops come in, I'm dead in your room, you're holding a knife. I don't know. Who done it?
Who done it?
I hate who done it movies. Who done it? Somebody did this.
We'll get into it.
Why don't you explain the plot? Spoilers ahead.
If you watch a movie review.
Well, I'm just saying. All right. Why don't you run this fucking thing?
Well, you know, we got our classic Clue ripoff whodunit movie.
Glass Onion.
There's like 40 of them a year.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep doing this. Because it's a bunch of, it's like, one of you did it. It's like, okay, so I know how this movie's going to end.
It's always the same premise, too. It's, oh, somebody died in a house. Now nobody can leave because it was one of yous.
It was somebody.
It's like, this is a board game.
Yeah. We got to figure out who it is.
We got to figure out who done it.
Especially when it's Adam Sandler. It's more like,
how?
It's more like, it's like, hey, look. Hey, somebody was murdered here.
Hey, one of you guys.
Yeah. It's like, one of you guys is a murderer here. Somebody did it. Yeah. Hey, there was a murder here. There's so many voices. I can't. Fucking Adam. You know, the problem
Fuck you, Adam.
So continue. So
all right.
Who done it? I don't know who done it.
I don't know who done it.
I wasn't there.
I was there, but it was so raveled up in mystery that I didn't see it.
Oh,
The murderers are so crafty. They're hiding in the floorboards.
you're hiding Jews in the floorboards, aren't you?
No.
All right, so it's a who? I'll do it. Jesus Christ!
No, I got it. You're just fucking distracting me. That beautiful face of yours. I can't look at him or else I don't pick up any mic audio.
Just tell us what the fucking movie's about. I'm gonna fucking flip my fucking lid.
All right, you got Adam Sandler and his wife. They're PIs.
It's Jennifer Aniston, by the way.
What did I say?
Like how you're like you're like it's Adam Sandler and his wife. Like you don't know
His
Jennifer
fake wife.
Aniston?
I know Jennifer Aniston.
All right, so Adam.
See, now you're interrupting me. You got mad at me. Now you're interrupting.
All right, I'm sorry.
Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston, they're married. Not in real life. It's a movie. I'm starting over.
I fucking wanna fucking kill you. Just hurry the fuck up. We're 40.
You got somewhere to be?
We're 40 minutes in.
We're 6 minutes in.
Hurry up.
Lucas already did this bit.
What's the fucking movie about?
All right, Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston. They're PIs and their PI business not doing too great, so they don't do anything about it. And then they get invited to a wedding, unrelated. And their friend is a billionaire from the first movie. Should we add that we didn't see the first movie?
I don't know if he was in the first movie.
I
He
don't
might have
know.
been. If he was, cool. I know they did bring back some characters.
The Colonel was from the first one.
Yeah,
I think he was from the first one.
he was funny.
Yeah, we should mention that on this podcast we don't ever watch the firsts of movies. We only watch
Yeah,
the
you know, it's
seconds.
kind of on accident. It's like we would have watched them, but we didn't have a podcast back then.
Why would I watch this movie if I didn't have a reason to? Like a podcast and no other reason.
So they get invited to a wedding.
Oh, I thought you were doing
I'm
it.
waiting for you to explain what the fucking movie's
Then
about.
why did you start explaining?
Because I'm trying to lead you into it.
All right, you're trying to lead me on. Is what
Just
you're
a
doing.
fucking retard.
Oh, calm. Why are you always so angry?
What's the movie about?
Are you still going to therapy?
Just what's the movie? Shh. What's the movie
you
about?
gotta talk to your therapist about it. Just honestly, just show him this episode and he'll understand.
I'll do it.
I'm trying to do it and you keep
Fuck it.
interrupting.
We're doing it live. Fucking thing stinks.
All right, they get invited to a wedding. Bada bing, bada boom. The groom gets murdered, but psych, it's not the groom. It's somebody else. The groom got kidnapped. So now instead of a murder mystery, we got a kidnap mystery. And then a British guy shows up, and he's like, "I'm running this now," and Adam's like, "Nah." And then
It's like I can run it now.
then they go to Paris for some reason, and then they're like, we got a box of $70 million. Let's give it to the bad guys. And then they crash a van, and then they get framed, and then holy shit, this movie was just all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
And then they go to the Eiffel Tower for some reason,
Big finale.
and yeah, and then the bad guy dies. Oh boy, who done it? The sister, apparently, and nothing to do with the British guy.
Yeah.
But it kind of did at the same time. You know what?
Yeah.
We're going to go into a much greater depth, but that was this week's plot summary.
Now I want to start off by saying that I fucking adore Adam Sandler.
You got a crush on him?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think that he needs people to tell him no.
He's great when he's not the one. Like, when he's in other people's movies, he's okay.
Yeah, like when because he's not the type of guy that you can give this much control over. And I know like his success says otherwise, but his initial success began before he had all of that. Like, because he was in, other people's movies. I mean, he did write fucking Billy Madison, but
Yeah,
But I mean,
got
Billy
something to
Madison,
prove.
Happy Gilmore. I mean, like, Big Daddy. Even like Little Nicky was fucking hilarious. But that's because
the flash.
But they get in the
Get the
flash.
fucking
Get in
flash.
the flask. I was hit with a shovel.
My dad's Satan.
Yeah, but it's like that was a movie that chose to go all the way on that goofy side. It's like we're gonna make this dumb, and that's why it was fucking hilarious.
I don't know if he's just out of touch because this movie was trying to be goofy, but it was just off. It was like,
Yeah.
it was goofy and like when your like parents are like embarrassing you in public goofy. And like not even in the fun way. Just like
Yeah. Well,
a dad keeps asking the waitress to pull his finger funny. Like
yeah.
it was like this like awkward, he's like leaning too far into dad jokes, and
Yeah.
it was just
Like
a
the one
fucking
joke
mess.
that, like, perfect example. The guy was like, the British guy was like, "Oh, so you've done hostage negotiations before?" And Adam Sandler goes, "I'm married to her. Everything's a negotiation."
Or it was riddled with like vape jokes and iPhone jokes,
Yeah.
and there was a Billie Eilish joke. It's like,
Who? What?
it's like, shut up, Dad.
Yeah.
And that's saying something because I don't know my father.
That is true. Your daddy left you.
He left us all.
Yeah.
He's up in the great sky of.
I thought he was slowly dying in, like, Queens.
I don't know where the fuck he is.
Well, you made it seem like he was dead.
Yeah, that was the joke.
So, so yeah, back to it. I think that, yeah, like, because Adam Sandler definitely proved his ability in, Uncut Gems. The movie Hustle was great. Even, like, his earlier serious ones, like Punch Drunk Love. Like, he is a great actor.
The cobbler.
But
The peach cobbler.
the Meyerowitz stories. But it's like when
the
he...
cobbler.
Shut up.
You've never seen the cobbler?
No.
He plays a cobbler.
Get out.
No, he wasn't in that.
That was good.
I still got
But
it.
he needs people to, like...
I still want to talk about the cobbler.
Shut the fuck up.
He puts on other people's shoes and he becomes them. Come on.
You're like, whose shoes am I wearing?
Yeah. He sews them up with a magic sew machine.
You know what?
and
I
then
want
he
to
puts
write.
them on.
I want to write Adam Sandler a movie where it's just him in the mall trying to put a shirt on.
I want to write the cobbler too.
Did they make a second one?
Cobbler? No. They should.
Anyway,
Just
so
saying.
I was saying that Adam Sandler needs, like, structure,
Yeah.
because there's this whole big theory that ever since he, like, kind of like teamed up with Netflix,
This is my theory.
that's like a known thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I came up with this on my own by accident. Then.
Oh, well,
Must be that obvious.
yeah.
If I'm coming up with it, you know it's true.
It's
And by true, I mean stupid.
whoa. So it's like ever since he teamed up with Netflix, like, he's just making movies to go on vacations.
With his friends, yeah.
Yeah, like on Netflix, like, the Do-Over took place in, like, it's like Punta Cana.
They always take place on tropical islands.
Yeah, Blended was in Africa. Well, that wasn't Netflix.
This movie was on a tropical island. It was in Paris.
Yeah.
It was on the Eiffel Tower. It's like, I see what you're doing, Adam.
Yeah, it's
Not
all
fooling
like
anybody.
these, but the worst part about that is, like, half of it's like, oh, like, look at the palm trees in the ocean, like, oh, it's so nice. And it's just like,
Yeah, there was like a whole 5 minutes of them like walking down the boardwalk with their cocktails. Like, oh my
yeah,
god.
he was like, hey, Jen, what drink did you get? And she was like, my nipples were out in Friends. And it's like, yeah, right.
And my nipples are out into this too.
Yeah.
My nipples are always out. I don't know why.
Oh,
but here we
boy.
are.
But yeah, I mean, he was on an island in 50 First Dates, but I actually really liked that movie.
An island? You mean Hawaii?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little island.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever heard of it.
Soaking wet.
Yeah,
Soaking
and
wet up
this
here.
one has like a 5-minute scene of them like freaking out about their hotel room. And it's
Yeah.
like, we know that that's really your hotel room, Adam.
Yeah, right.
They're like, wow, look, there's fancy cheeses all
Yeah.
over the place.
Oh god,
Awesome.
this movie was called Murder Mystery 2. They really could have just called
Revenge
it
of the cheese.
they could have just called it Cheese Jokes.
Cheese-
Starring Adam Sandler.
Cheese in a can.
He was like, "Honey, we got so much cheese."
hey, I ate the whole block of
And
cheese.
then
Ooh.
he tries to turn on the TV remote. He's like, "Look at this flat screen." And he turns
Oh
it
my
on,
God.
and the roof like opens up, and he's like, "We're in a convertible."
We got a convertible.
Yeah, it was riddled with bad jokes. So yeah, they get to this island because their PI business is failing. Obviously, I mean, you
They get
hire
invited to a wedding.
Adam Sandler is a.
It was like
PI.
it was a fucking. Yeah, he's not even playing a character. Just Adam Sandler shows up.
Yeah, right.
What do you need?
Hey, I think my girlfriend's cheating on me. I gotta hire a PI. Sandler shows up. It's like, who's that guy? He's like, this is my number 2. Just fucking David Spade. Yeah, we got this. I'm David Spade.
Hey, there's some panties in his back seat.
Yeah, that's a little suspicious, right, Adam? He's like, I'll just put those in my pocket for you. My only impression of Adam Sandler is from That's My Boy. Yeah, Greg, come on. What are you? Yeah, come on. I mean, there's no fucking panties in the fucking drawer. Shut up. Shut up. Oh, Adam, I fucking love you.
I have notes we could talk about.
Notes. Hold on.
We're doing.
I got my notes right here.
We're doing the critique now. All right? We're trying to organize ourselves better.
It's not going well.
We did the plot summary. Now we're moving on to the critique. All right.
I'm soaked.
Don't summarize the plot.
I'm soaked.
Have you ever noticed that? Maybe more so nowadays than like Adam 20 years ago. But you notice that all of his movies have like weirdly shoehorned like foreign characters in them. Like every character in this was like a creepy stereotype of like,
yeah,
you had like the Abu Dhabi like Muslim guy who's like, he's on a jet ski when he's calling them and his like iPhone's gold.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey brother, we have to go to there. Yeah. Come to my wedding. And it's like,
even in Blended, like one of the like guys from the hotel was played by Terry Crews. And he was like this just, fucking Terry Crews, but he was like, it was like a couple's resort or something. He's like, you are blending together. I'm from Africa. Oh yeah. And it's like, oh, gotcha.
Or, and like it gets even weirder because like obviously the guy's like Indian and they're having an Indian wedding. And it's like this huge like 10-minute musical number.
Yeah.
Of like traditional Indian music. Yeah, and they're all Indian, doing the traditional dances. It's like a Indian wedding, but it spent so long showing you and like they're all getting henna.
Meanwhile, they didn't need all that. It's
it's an Adam Sandler movie. That's what it was like super shoehorned in. It was like,
yeah, but also
weird.
What I noticed, this movie, like I know a lot of it was just like, green screen bullshit, but it seemed like it had kind of a hefty budget.
Problem, it's a Netflix movie. They spend like $10 billion a year.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it all went to fucking waste because like
it all went into that musical number. They got an elephant.
Yeah, you got a fracking. You ever seen a fracking elephant?
You ever seen an elephant suck a Jewish guy's balls?
Imagine it was like Murder Mystery 2, just Adam Sandler getting his dick licked by an elephant.
Wait,
is this not the movie? Yeah. Any movie is better than Sandy Wexler. That fucking. I'm your agent.
Forgot Sandy Wexler existed. Oh, he's like, hey, I gotta find the light switch.
Yeah, it's like, did you turn off the lights? It wasn't me. I didn't do it. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, he shoehorns in these over-the-top stereotype,
or like
characters.
every cat. I mean,
and we say Guinea and we're racist.
Well, that is a violent slur. The Italian people don't deserve that, Charlie. You should know this.
Being Italian. Continue.
Maybe it was just like a Clue joke. Because Clue, you got all the different people, and one guy's British and this guy's this, but like,
yeah,
it was like so like forced in this, like,
and the British guy, like there's that scene where they're on the beach and like Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston show up and they're like, oh, you're just in time, like the real ones are here that are gonna solve this. And it's like, it was played by, I think his name's Mark Strong. They all, like these British guys, he's SEAL Team 6, they emerge out of the water like the dead pirates and Pirates of the Caribbean. They just like come up and they're like, it's like, you're just in time. It's like, how do you know they were just gonna,
hey there?
Yeah, he just comes up and they're like, and you never see like any of them again.
What if it was just the mailman? Hey, here's your letter.
Yeah.
And then he goes back.
Are you Marty McFly? I've been looking for you for 30 years.
goes back into the water like Godzilla.
Yeah, right.
Bang.
But it makes Adam Sandler noises.
Shabba-doo! Shut up!
Shut up! I do want to point out that I actually hated every character in this movie. Like all those side characters, none of them contributed anything. I found them all annoying. And
they were also, again, like weird caricatures. Like there was the Colonel who was like an African warlord.
Yeah.
And he's missing an arm or something.
And an eye.
Well, that's all because of the first movie.
Yeah.
We know that much.
Yeah. He was, I will say, he was my favorite of the bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, well, look who you're going against. Like those two twin sisters.
My least favorites of the bunch.
Oh, they were so bad.
They were the worst.
Yeah, and like the worst part was that in the writing, they tried to make all of them funny. That's what bothered me too. They tried to make all of them have their little quips and jokes, and it's like you don't have to. Like, what are you doing?
Like we're skipping ahead a little bit. The French girl at the end when she like hits the guy over the head, she's like, "Not in my town."
Yeah, it's like, oh, because she's got a French accent.
Oh, because you're in Paris.
Yeah, because you got the thing. You're in the tower.
Hey, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was not bad.
That was pretty funny.
I also hate those one-liners after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
do something and it's like, or when they're about to do something.
Not in my town, chief.
Yeah. It's like if you're going to like throw someone like, into like an Arctic glacier and it's like, freeze frame that. Yeah. Like,
see you next fall.
yeah. Yeah. It's like, enjoy the way down. I think Jennifer Aniston said that to Mark Strong on the Eiffel Tower.
Every other
She's like,
sentence in this movie was something like that.
And the movie was loaded with horrible puns.
Dad jokes.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler is leaning way too heavy into the dad joke.
I know. And the fucking guy, Francisco, one of the side characters who was like an ex-soccer player, his accent, it's like he forgot he was supposed to have an accent. He was like, hey, my name is Francisco. And then sometimes he's like, yeah, so anyway, I'm Francisco again.
Also, I don't think they could choose what nationality he was.
Yeah,
sometimes he was
was
Italian, sometimes he was like Mexican, sometimes he was
and then those
sometimes
two,
he was Spanish.
The two black girls, the twin sisters, every time someone would do something, they go, Americans. It's like, uh-huh.
I don't think we can accurately put into words how fucking annoying their characters were.
Their acting was terrible. It's like when Francisco said something to them, he's like a shorter guy and these girls are like really tall. She goes, where I got it somewhere. She goes, oh, well, doesn't it bother you that you're too short for roller coasters? And then the other sister chimes in, too short for roller coasters. Like, I hate when like someone says like an insult and there's like that like little like henchman next to them and they're like, yeah. Like, I hate that. It's like you're just repeating the line. I heard it when they fucking said it. God, they were terrible.
This movie,
it was just so inconsistent.
No, this movie did the whole explaining your joke thing that every modern, we've talked about it before. It's torture. It's honestly torture watching comedy movies.
Look what it did to my face.
Because they have to make the joke and then somebody has to say the joke out loud.
Yeah.
And that is this movie, only then there's another person saying the joke a second time.
Yeah.
It's like, you're beating me over the head.
I hate it. I really hate it.
The only murder mystery that's going to happen around here is how I died after you beat me over the head with the same joke 40 times.
It's so fucking annoying.
Now I'm bleeding on the floor. It's just my carcass. Solve that murder mystery, Adam.
All right, so he's fucking dead on the floor. All right, so we got to fucking.
I hit him with this fucking mallet.
Yeah.
All right,
I hit him with the driver I used in Happy Gilmore.
I hit him with this mallet that says cheese on it.
Yeah.
You cracked it right over the fucking head with it.
There were so many cheese jokes in this movie. He was like, I was eating all the cheese. She's like, honey, did you eat all of that cheese? He goes, oh, what, you're going to criticize me over the cheese? Criticize me over the cheese isn't going to bring the cheese back. It was so much fucking cheese. And of course the weapon was the cheese knife. Fuck. Stop saying cheese.
You know what? We got a little bit of criticism last week because we laid into Cocaine Bear so hard.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, oh, it's just supposed to be a stupid little funny movie. But it's like,
it could be good. Especially this when you have like Adam Sandler. It's like you can. He is talented.
Yeah, this especially because we've seen good Adam Sandler movies. We know what a good Adam Sandler movie looks like.
Big time. The Water Boy.
And this was not it.
It just wasn't.
And not even like, oh, he used to be funnier when there was fun. There's been funny Adam Sandler movies since.
I thought The Do-Over was funny. That came out in like 2017. I thought it was funny. I like when he gets a little raunchy. It's like different from doing those family dad jokes. Like the fact that he was like, oh, I was tag teaming this guy's fucking wife. Like it's like, oh, we don't really see that much from him anymore. It's funny.
Yeah, but I think my point was that, like, don't get it twisted. Like, we know what we're getting into when we go to these movies. We expected absolutely nothing out of this movie and Cocaine Bear, and we were still disappointed. That's what makes it so annoying, and that's why we come down to these movies so hard. It's because, like, we've seen enough movies where we could watch a trailer and know exactly how that movie's going to go.
100%.
And it's like, if you go into it with expectations, and you're, like, even if you expect, like, we didn't expect anything from this movie. Maybe, like, a couple cheap laughs. Still disappointed. Yeah. Cocaine Bear, we were so disappointed because we were going into it expecting a goofy, dumb movie, and it wasn't that. And it's like, like, how are you fucking up? Like we don't even have, we are expecting the lowest bar. Like, we're not two, like, movie critics that, like, we're not pretentious, like, up your ass about movies. It's just like, we like good movies, and these aren't good movies. They're not even good bad movies. There are good bad movies. This isn't one of them. It's just it's just garbage.
Like, to me, his movie The Ridiculous Six, the Western, I thought it was a little long. Like, I don't think a comedy should exceed 2 hours, but like it went full fucking goofiness. Like Vanilla Ice played like Mark Twain or something, and like and they had this gang that were like, yeah, we're the Left Eye Gang. You want to join our crew? And they all got eye patches, and then one guy, he's got like a bad eye, but it's like his right eye. And he goes, well, this eye's no good. Could I just do this one? He goes, well, you know, we're the Left Eye Gang. He's like, but my left eye is my only good eye. They're like, well, that's just something that you're going to have to deal with. And then he like scoops his eye out. So now he's like fully blind wearing 2 eye patches. But he finds out at the end that everyone else faked it. And they could all see, and he was like, what? And like, that's fucking funny to me. That's like stupid. But it's like, no, if you're gonna make a stupid movie, it's like, just go all the way. You know? Just fucking go balls to the wall stupid then. But you couldn't really do that with this because it's like a murder mystery. You can't really go full stupid with a movie like this.
There's some people can pull off mixing genres, and Adam's not one of them.
No, I don't think so.
And you know, it's not all on Adam Sandler. Obviously, there was a writer and a director that also fucked up. But
yeah,
I mean, I've never heard of the two guys. I can't imagine they have that much weight over Adam Sandler in an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, right.
Like, I'm sure there may have been a director and a writer, but I'm sure Adam Sandler was like, yeah, this is what we're doing, guys.
He had like a gun pointed at them the whole time. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'll do a tracking shot.
Adam Sandler would, like, I feel like Adam Sandler, like, wakes up with ideas, and then he's like, oh, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Because, like, I noticed in this movie, like several times, I turned to Charlie, I was like, do they not do more than one take? Because there were so many times where you could see such an obvious fuck up, and it's like, you should have redid that. Like, you should have yelled cut and redid it.
Yeah, they literally used a shot where, like, Jennifer Aniston at one point, she goes, what the hell? And it's like, you don't want to do one more quick take?
Or when the British guy emerges from the water, he, like, goes to take his gear off, and he accidentally slaps the shit out of it, and he's just like, oh, and it just cuts away really quickly. It's like, just do it again.
Yeah, do it one more time.
What is the issue?
Yeah, just it's no problem. Do another, like, you're Adam Sandler. You can afford a third take,
or you can afford somebody that's going to be around to be like, hey, Adam, put the mojitos down.
Yeah,
Adam was shit faced.
Oh yeah, He had one line. We didn't know what the fuck he was saying. He's like, "Yeah, you just here."
He was slurring his words so badly. We're like, this guy's shit-faced.
Yeah.
Because, well, I mean, you know what? I can't even blame him because he's on vacation.
Yeah, he's like, we're in fucking wherever the island was.
We're on CGI Island.
Yeah. We're on CG Island.
In Mahi Mahi.
Yeah. What was, and a big thing for me is when they did try to get serious with like their, with their PI skills, it really seemed like the writer just kind of did like a quick Google or Wikipedia thing for like PI talk and like kidnapping things. It's like rule 1 of kidnapping: never do this and always do this. It's like,
you mean the guy who looked up a John Mulaney joke? And
right. Never go to a secondary location.
Nah, sister, I don't go to no secondary location.
A couple of us are gonna keep the party going.
You can keep the party.
It's like, nah, sister, I don't go to no.
Go get it.
Yeah. But for real though, the writers seem like they knew nothing, which is fine. I mean, research for your script. That I do it. Everyone does it. You got to research. You can't just go in blind to some shit. But it's like he took
the ancient rules. Write what you know. If you don't know it, you better figure it out.
Yeah, but I mean, for them to, it seemed like they just did like a Wikipedia of like, fucking
PI jargon,
kidnapping. And it's like, a kidnapper will usually do this, and then it's like, okay, I'll write that in the script.
Yeah,
and
well,
it's dude, it just seems like such a babied version of. There's no like intensity. There's no, and I know it's Adam Sandler. Shut the fuck up. But I'm just saying, like, just because it's it's a great actor. He can do shit. It's like make it good.
You know what this movie reminded me of? Like a way worse version of The Big Lebowski. This kind of had
That's
like
interesting.
Well, because all right, they got the suitcase. There's a kidnapping. They got the suitcase. They got to get the money there. They fuck it
I'm
up.
the fucking bad man.
But never in The Big Lebowski does the dude and John Goodman tap their phones and like in this movie. There's a whole scene where they're tracing their phone and they do the whole you gotta be on the phone for 45 seconds thing.
Yeah.
But then the kidnappers tell them to go to Paris.
Yeah.
So there was no reason to trace the phone call when the kidnapper just was like, all right, meet me in Paris. Yeah. And then they hang up and they're like, we got it.
Yeah. We tapped the phone. We
traced the phone.
And guess what? We're never going to bring this up again.
We're going to do this one more time.
You know what?
We're not going to find him.
The guy Francisco, one of the shitty side characters, he kept like interrupting the call and like the kidnappers kept hanging up and calling back, but then upping their price. So it seems like Adam Sandler kind of was like, it'd be like a funny skit. Like he kind of viewed it as like SNL shorts. Wouldn't it be funny if they were trying to tap a phone call, but some guy kept interrupting and they kept hanging? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like that, and they just kind of workshopped it in, and it's like, okay, well, we got those laughs, and now it's like moving on, and it's like, it's not. What the fuck you doing?
The window is all of a sudden
taking a quick time out. Got a lot of missed calls over here.
You have friends?
My cousin Dominic.
Oh, all right.
Probably in New York.
But yeah, this if anybody thinks we're being too hard on this movie, watch it.
Yeah.
And then go watch The Big Lebowski, because the plot points
Big Lebowski's so fucking good.
The plot points are the exact same. Somebody gets kidnapped.
Briefcase full of money.
They got to get it. They fuck it up. All this shit happens.
Yeah.
The only difference is The Big Lebowski's fantastic.
Yeah, it's almost like I hear what you're saying, but I'm getting like my blood's getting hot because like
just comparing them,
yeah, I'm like, buddy,
it's like
remember what you're saying here.
Yeah, it's like comparing a beautiful New York steak to a pile of shit.
But dude, like The Big Lebowski was just so fucking good. How like it's so good when you watch it back because you see and this is called character development. The dude,
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
He had like a great intro, and he's just this dude who's just like, fuck
His
yeah, man.
His intro is, and we may lose the younger crowd on this one, but he's at a supermarket buying milk for 70 cents, and he's writing a check for it.
Yeah. And he's just staring up at the cashier like,
And she's
He's
just
fucking shit-faced.
just dagger straight into him. And then
Yeah. And he literally like just kind of coasts through this whole movie, just getting his ass handed to him. And he's like, come on, man. But then when you watch it back and you already know his personality, it makes it so much more funny for those like first couple scenes. Like, oh, of course this would happen to him. But it's like with Adam Sandler, it's like he's also like, really funny main character. It's like let's like have some shit like get in the way. Like nothing. There was no conflict really. Nothing was getting in his way.
I also feel like Adam Sandler stopped playing characters and now he's just playing Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Like the dude is played by Jeff Bridges,
who is a more serious actor.
Like he's not a comedic actor, and he plays this like hippie pot smoking, robe wearing, sandal wearing guy who's like, hey man, like chill out.
Yeah, he's like, it's all, it's just, I'm a pacifist, man. But he's an Academy Award winning actor who's like he's been in like great fucking movies. You ever see Hell or High Water? Phenomenal.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
he's cowboy.
Yeah, he's the sheriff.
Yeah. But it's like a Western.
Yeah. Well, there is True Grit. You might be thinking of True Grit.
They all blend together.
Yeah, right. Hell or Grit.
Hell or High Grit.
Yeah. But
then Adam Sandler is just playing Adam Sandler. Like he's like running around, like cracking jokes at like
and everyone knows that he famously dresses like shit. He's like, I'd rather be comfortable, but he literally dressed like himself in this. There's literally a scene where he gets a gift basket. He's like, whoa, Air Jordans, vintage Air Jordans,
and
basketball shorts.
Get the shit out of Hollywood, Eddie.
But yeah, he's just kind of like playing himself. And again, that's why I like when he works with people outside of his production company, because they give him a character to play. They don't want him to just be Adam Sandler. It's like, you're a guy, this is what's in your way. This is what you want. This is, play this fucking guy. And he does a great fucking job.
Oh yeah. I mean, anytime he's playing a character, he's fantastic.
Yeah. Even in his own movies, when he does like a character.
Billy Madison.
Zohan. Holy shit. That was fucking hilarious.
Smell it, now taste it.
He's like an Israeli commando. He's like, I want to cut hair. I like hair.
Fizzy bubbly.
Yeah. And then at the end, John Turturro's like, I like shoes. He's like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it was fucking hilarious. He's like, he's cutting hair and then he fucks them all in the back. Like,
and that's a great example. That is a stupid fucking movie.
That went all the way.
That movie is bananas dumb.
Yeah.
And it's still good because it knows what it was.
In the beginning, they were like fighting in the ocean and they like bit off a grenade and they just pull out paddles and they start playing ping pong with the grenade. Like, that's so fucking dumb. But here I am laughing my ass off because it's just like...
Because I don't expect it to be anything but what I'm watching.
Yeah, there's a scene where he's like, where one of them's like running on the ceiling, and he's like, he goes, there you are, you maniac, and he's like running on the ceiling.
I love when they, when the guy's shop bursts into flames, he's like, we've got to fight the fire, and he just starts punching it.
Yeah, and then they have all like those like Middle Eastern guys running like those like electronic stores, and the guy pulls up a flip phone. He's like, you want this phone? I tell you, my friend, you want this phone? Look at this. See? Click over here. Free HBO. And it's on like a fucking Motorola or the fucking Razor phone. Like,
or the bad guy's like some hick, and he's oh my god, he's got a bomb. And puppies. And he's just holding a box of puppies.
I'm pretty sure that was Dave Matthews, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
Which is fucking great.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Like, if you're going to make these dumb movies, you got to fucking, like, lean into it.
Rob Schneider was the cab driver. He's like, he took my coat. He's like, did he like when you pet his chin like this? And he's like, yes, he loved when I pet his chin. He would make the face all the time. I made the face. He did the face. It's like, that shit's funny, man. I mean, even like when he is just kind of like an average Joe, like in Click, everything, because he was just this regular guy, wife, 2 kids, stressed out about work. And then he's able to kind of go on this extraordinary thing with this remote. And yeah, it was kind of goofy, but it worked.
Yeah, it was.
He was still like a character.
But that was a movie that wasn't. It knew it wasn't a goofy comedy. It was kind of more grounded.
Yeah, I don't think that was Happy Madison either.
I think a better example would be Longest Yard.
Yeah,
that movie had some emotional weight to it.
Yeah, even though it was a remake, it was fucking great.
Well, that's why it couldn't be a goofy Adam Sandler movie because it already
like spoiler came out 25 fucking years ago when Chris Rock fucking exploded. Mm-hmm. Like that, like fucking hit me. I remember seeing that when I was a kid, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, it's like, "What the fuck is this?"
And then 5 minutes later, Terry Crews is throwing cheeseburgers at people.
Yeah. Like,
I got the cheesiest.
Yeah, so always got to protect the McNuggets. Got to protect the McNuggets. Yeah, like that was a good fucking movie. I like that. But yeah. So
speaking of great movies,
let's
get back to this movie.
I think that they tried to make everyone funny. I don't know.
I think another good example of the fact that Adam Sandler is just kind of playing Adam Sandler was Jennifer Aniston. The whole time I was watching it, I was like, this is their chemistry is fucking awful.
Yeah, which is weird because this is their fourth movie together.
And they're both like well-established actors.
Yeah.
Acting for years. But watching it, you're watching it going, these two people are friends. These two people aren't married. Like whenever they kiss, they kind of like their heads go to the side.
Like, I got a wife.
Yeah, we're both married, so let's just Well, there's a scene where Jennifer Aniston's in bed and Adam Sandler jumps in with her, and she kind of like immediately rolls out.
Yeah, and he's like, okay.
But he like dives in and he like kind of like just sticks his head in like the like nook of her neck for like a second.
Like, isn't this great?
And they're just kind of like ha ha ha. Yeah. It's like, dude,
it's like okay,
like I know a plot point of the movie is that their marriage is kind of on the rocks, but like I'm watching these two people and I'm like these people are friends.
Yeah, this doesn't feel real.
Like it would be like if me and Charlie played a couple. Don't look at me like that. Stop it.
All I wanted to do was be your friend.
Can I those are my notes. Can I get that?
Whoa. So you got so angry with me just then, you sacrificed your notes just to hurt me?
I'd sacrifice a lot less to hurt you. You scum.
Scum? What is it? What was that thing you always used to call me?
Filthy? Disgusting?
Might have been disgusting.
Dumpster dick?
All
Mr.
Right.
Sloppy Seconds?
All right. Well, that one was Sloppy Fifths. Yeah, I was the last one of the bunch for that one.
Yeah.
Shout out to...
I was first, third. You were...
I was last.
You were last.
Because I think at that point, we were both just like, yeah, whatever.
I was like that. Yeah. We don't have to get into details.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're... Anytime, man. Anytime.
Anyway, notes. Yeah, so here's a big thing. That British guy that was from the... whatever the fuck it was... SEAL Team 6. So
it was MI6.
Yeah, so
I was actually paying attention.
Whoa. So he actually was the bad guy. Whoa. And then he like had the money and everything. And then like when he gets the money at the end, he goes, all right, I got the money. Now let's blow up the Eiffel Tower. I was like, what the fuck?
The only thing I hate more than
he goes,
ransoms are the French.
And we're like, ha.
We hate the French, Joe.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, French are assholes. Okay. So then he goes to blow it up. But then it turns out that like after that scene, they wind up killing the bad guy. They like throw him into a helicopter propeller. Everything explodes. And then when they're all like patched up and, you know, EMTs are there, they're like, oh man, wow. But then Jennifer Aniston like kind of twitches her head for a sec. She's like, huh. And then she goes through like certain points in the movie and realizes that the bad guy is actually the guy who got kidnapped. It's actually his sister. And then it was like, well then what happened?
It was trying to...
I just don't... Because that guy came in and was like, yeah, I'll figure this out. I'm a real PI.
Yeah, like, again, this is just an Adam Sandler movie, and we weren't expecting a lot. But, like, if you're going to go through the trouble of making, like, a mystery murder movie...
Do it good.
Can you at least put a little mystery in it? Like, they were trying to unravel this big grand mystery without writing the big grand mystery.
Yeah. And I'll give him benefit of the doubt. All these movies, like I've seen Knives Out, Glass Onion, whatever, they all have the same formula.
They're clue movies.
Yeah, but it's like okay, we're gonna open up on this movie and we're gonna establish each character and their relationship to the person who's gonna die. It's like I knew that going in. Like, and that's why in this movie, it's like, oh, you're his sister? Oh, you're his ex-fiance? Oh, you're his actual fiance? Oh, it's like, okay, there's all their motives right there. Or whatever.
Yeah, everybody has to have a motive, so you can't tell.
Yeah, right.
Who done it?
And I know if there's 5 people, it's like, okay, well, one of them is the guy, and the fact that they didn't make any of these characters likable, I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, yeah, righto.
Yeah, there was a scene. There was a scene where you were like, "Oh, the lights are going to shut off," and that's when somebody gets murdered. I was like, "The lights could shut off; they could all be dead on the floor. And I wouldn't give a shit."
Yeah, I was wrong about that. The guy just fell off an elephant, and in like this doggy style position too. When they're going to get the knife out, he's like fucking face down, ass up. He's not even laying like a body. I'm like, damn, this dude better get it.
So I kept a tally of how many times this movie made me laugh.
How many tallies you got?
Big whole 3. One of them was the guy that gets stabbed on the elephant. You think it's the guy, it's the husband, but psych, it's his bodyguard, who's like this Asian guy.
Yeah, that they introduced for no reason.
He looked all badass, and he was like
geared up. But he had like a metal detector.
Yeah, they made an arm joke because the colonel only has one arm. But he's laying on the ground like dying, and I think it was the fiance or something. She's like, "Oh, it's just John."
Yeah, because he had like a mask on, or like
you could see he's like his eyes are closed, and he's like in pain. He's like, "Oh," she's like, "Oh, it's just that guy," and he opens them really quickly and just looks at her like, "Bitch." And then just leaves.
Yeah, and then he just goes, and Adam Sandler's like, "Who did this to you?" And he goes, "It was."
But the way he's like dying, he's like groaning in pain. She's like, "Oh, it's just Jim," and he's like,
"Yeah, that was funny."
That got me. There's a scene where when they're in the hotel room, they're like, "Oh, look at all this cool stuff," and then they grab a picture of them arriving at the island. They're like, "What? Wait." This just happened.
Yeah, that was a pretty good. That was.
And
funny.
then when Adam Sandler gets roofied and he wakes up and there's a picture of him framed laying on the ground sleeping, and he's just like, now they're just showing off.
Yeah, he's like, how'd they even get that? Like, but that's funny. That's like a funny bit.
Yeah,
like that means someone went in there and they saw him on the ground and went, and then framed it and put it right next. Like that's funny.
My problem with that though is. It's really funny, but it's funny completely independent of the movie.
Yeah.
Like we talked about in our review of Everything Everywhere All at Once, we talked about how nice it was to see a movie that weaved in the jokes to the plot.
Yeah.
I hate movies that like the jokes.
Yeah, it's like here's your joke and here's your drama.
Yeah, they're
and
completely
here's your
separate.
Action. They really did a good job at like whirlpooling it.
Yeah.
Into
Then this movie didn't.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But I remember this is a total. We're going off the crapshoot now because there's nothing to fucking talk about this movie. But
which sucks. We got to start doing better movies. Leave comments and tell us what to watch.
Well, we don't know what we're expecting when we go into these movies.
I know.
But years ago, I got dragged to the remake of Jumanji.
Oh.
And
from your racist girlfriend,
my racist ex, and she was like. I didn't laugh at that movie once. I laughed exactly once. And it was Jack Black is like his character is actually a girl. Yeah, a hot girl, and she gets sent into a video game and she becomes Jack Black. And there's a scene where he's out in the jungle trying to figure out how to use his own dick to piss.
Yeah.
And it got like a hearty chuckle out of me because it could have been a 30-second clip without the rest of the movie, and I would have laughed just as hard.
Yeah.
Because it was like this random moment of Jack Black,
just like
who is hilarious.
Yeah. I love Jack Black.
Trying to figure out how to use his own dick.
Yeah.
And that is fucking priceless. Yeah. That is hilarious.
Too bad the rest of the movie sucked.
Yeah,
cock.
but it had nothing to do with the rest of the movie, and the rest of the movie fucking stunk. And
but
that chick was racist.
How could you say that? Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart.
Oh
they
my
do
God.
this thing where he's really big and he's really tiny, and they do
I
the
love
thing.
I love the Instagram videos where
When he's like,
they
"Hey,
roast each
everyone."
other.
Yeah, he's like, "Fuck you, Dwayne Johnson." He's like, "Shut up, bitch."
That's not as funny as when I think it was Pete Davidson called Kevin Hart Shaq's dick.
Yeah, nice beer for a roast by Shaq's dick.
Now that's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So this movie, it really lacked in all departments. I don't even think.
And again, I
have
can't
left.
emphasize this enough: is we were not expecting a lot out of this movie.
No.
Like some people seem to think we're like movie snobs. We really
not.
aren't. We really aren't. We can appreciate a really good shitty movie.
Yeah.
This was not one of them.
What's a good shitty movie you like?
You ever see Llamageddon?
No.
Amazon's $1 million movie
I know
about
I saw it.
a llama from space that shoots lasers from its eyes and kills a bunch of college kids on a farm. No. Spoiler alert, like 12 of them die because it throws a toaster into a hot tub. And it grabs one of the kids and like impregnates him. He turns into a llama.
What is this? The Emperor's New Groove?
Oh man, yeah. Well, if the Emperor's New Groove, if he laid a llama egg, then yeah,
Oh, he just turns into a llama.
yeah, man. Then he starts laying llama eggs.
Oh, I think I gotta watch this. My favorite shitty movie, like that.
Don't think too hard.
I don't know. I don't really watch movies like that.
I am a huge fan of like shitty B horror movies. Like that is my shit.
Like Moose Jaws.
Yeah. Like favorite movie of all time, Tremors.
Oh,
Yeah,
Tremors.
Tremors got a lot of heart though. That's a good movie pretending to be a bad movie.
It's too bad Bernie Madoff took all of Kevin Bacon's money.
Yeah, that's the issue.
That one scene in Tremors where he's like, "Man, that pisses me off. Excuse my language. Son of a bitch."
Excuse my French. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, that movie. It's about worms.
It's about worms in the ground.
Worms in the ground. They
Don't
made one
spoil it.
underwater.
They made like 9.
Yeah, we gotta watch. We should do a Tremors.
I have 7 of them on DVD.
Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. I gotta stop coming here.
Like, share, leave us a review. Comment down below if you want to see us do a Tremors movie marathon.
Oh, don't
Do
make
it.
me do this. Please don't make
Do
me.
it.
I don't want to do this.
Do it.
I've only seen the first one. I don't want to watch all these movies. But you can follow us on TikTok at the Degenerates 1000. You can follow me on Instagram.
Are we already outroing? Like 7 minutes.
You started outroing.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you were just making a joke.
Oh, that's what we in the industry like to call a joke.
Soaking wet up here.
Hey, this guy doesn't know about jokes.
Yeah, I do. Hey, why did the chicken cross the road?
Because Adam Sandler.
Because Adam Sandler was on the other side going, "Hey, come here, chicken.
chicken. Shut up.
Shut up." Oh God, I always figured like, oh, maybe Comedy Central would do like a roast of Adam Sandler, but anyone who would roast him, they're all in his movies and they're only working because of him. Like, what would any of them say?
You mean he keeps taking them on vacation?
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't roast a guy that kept taking me on vacation.
Dude, the one good part about when he won that Mark Twain prize was Steve Buscemi went up to talk about him. He goes, "Yeah, I've been in a few Adam Sandler movies. He always puts me in the ones where he doesn't go on vacation." He goes, you took Drew Barrymore to Hawaii, took Jennifer Aniston to wherever. He's like, he doesn't take me anywhere. And it just reminded me of when he played that homeless guy in Big Daddy, which is just, he was just laying in trash in New York City.
Well, Mr. Deeds, when he's like a guy living in a hut, like the
Oh,
tundra.
Crazy Eyes.
Crazy Eyes.
I wasn't talking to you, Deeds. I was talking to that squirrel over
Over
there.
there.
It's like a mountain goat.
Huh.
I think he's trying to cast a spell on me.
He's driving the convertible at the end.
Yeah, with the cigar. Pretty cool. Deeds got his own convertibles.
I think my favorite Steve Buscemi appearance in an Adam Sandler movie was Billy Madison when he shoots the guy with a sniper rifle.
Oh, dude.
And he's like,
Yeah, because Adam Sandler calls him up to apologize for bullying him in
Hey,
high
sorry.
school.
he's
He's like, maybe we could grab a cup of coffee sometime. And
he's got a kill list on the wall, and he crosses his name off and puts on lipstick.
Yes.
It's like,
oh god, that's great. Yeah, he
Adam
was great
Sandler.
in Big Daddy though.
Daddy was great. Big Daddy was a good mix of emotional and
Yeah.
comedy.
The one thing that bothered me though is that Adam Sandler's dad in that movie, the whole movie's like, "You're a slacker, you don't do nothing," and then like Adam Sandler gives this like little bullshit speech at the end, and then his dad like looks at the judge in the courtroom and goes, "My son should have this kid," and it's just like, yeah, because that's how that would go down.
Mm-hmm.
You literally kidnapped this child for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. Thanks a lot, Adam.
Yeah. We love you, Adam. Yeah, I mean, I don't I think
I have more notes, but like
is it worth it?
we like halfway through this movie, we were like, we don't even want to criticize this movie because it's like
Yeah,
it was really low hanging fruit.
It
was like-
that's the hard part, and that's what it was like with Cocaine Bear too. Like it was just all like we're just like, come on, you know what I mean?
That movie, I wish it was stupider than it was. It was like trying too hard to be emotional.
Yeah,
But I don't want to talk about Cocaine Bear
nah,
anymore.
fuck that movie. Next week though, we're gonna have something good.
We got stuff cooking up in
Yeah, we're not gonna tell you yet.
No, you got to subscribe to find out.
Yeah,
And if you don't, I will find you.
I'll fucking kill you. I'll fuck your sister too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he'll do it.
Yeah, I've
seen it.
I've seen him fuck a couple sisters.
Oh, we're not gonna talk about this.
You're my sister. You're my sister. You ever see Joe Dirt?
Oh, with David Spade. Yeah.
Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
Fucking that chick. Because he thinks she's his sister.
Yeah.
And then like in the middle, they find out that they're not siblings and he loses his heart on.
He's
It's like, would it make you feel better if I pretended? And it just cuts to the outside of the house. He's like, you're my sister. You're my sister.
Didn't they make a second one?
I hope not.
They did, I think.
Oh,
Joe
no.
Dirt. Really dirty.
Joe Dirt. Back and dirtier than ever.
I'm David Spade. I'm dirty.
My favorite part of that movie is the intro when his family abandons him in the Grand Canyon.
Wasn't his dad Christopher Walken?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it was like his foster dad or something.
You know
I don't
what's
know.
really
I'm
fucking
really
funny
hazy.
though is that I've noticed with these Happy Madison movies, Adam Sandler produces them obviously because for him he's like, yeah, here's the money, go do it. He's never in like the bad ones. This one was a surprise. I love the bench warmers.
Mm.
But like he came out with a movie recently called The Wrong Missy, which was with David Spade and like Rob Schneider. Like he didn't put himself in that. He didn't put himself. There's like two other ones I'm trying to think of, but it's like he just didn't even bother because he was like, meh. And it's like, wow, you really have that little faith that you won't even put yourself in this fucking movie. And funny enough, The Wrong Missy, it's like David Spade like confused these two girls named Missy. It was fucking retarded. But guess where it took place? A
Cabo.
tropical island.
Hey. I'm sending you guys on vacation.
Yeah. Here's your vacation checks.
It's going to make you $20 million.
Yeah, it's just like, really? Give me a fucking break. Why don't we end this episode with a joke?
As if this movie wasn't a joke.
Oh, that's the joke. All right, so be sure to like and subscribe.
Please.
Again,
We're begging you.
You can follow us on TikTok at the Degenerates 1000. Follow us on Instagram at the Degenerates 1000. Our YouTube account is the Degenerates 7993.
It's just the Degenerates.
Oh, well, that's what comes up on my phone. Fuck it. And then you can follow us on Twitter at Sabia Springs. SABIA Springs. We post shit on Reddit, but they keep taking it down.
Reddit hates us.
Reddit hates us.
Fucking hates us.
Really, just a lot.
hates me more than my gay brother.
Who?
I got 3 brothers, man. You take a guess.
Statistically, one of them's got to be gay.
1 out of every 4 kids is a homo.
I'm banking on Rob.
Rob, you gay bitch.
Keep shaving his head so we can insert it into men's buttholes better. So come here.
You know, it'd be crazy if it was Nick.
Oh.
That'd be a twist. You want to talk about a twist? If my brother Nick was gay, we'd all be like, what?
What? That guy slams poon all day.
Oh, he's got a sea monster for a cock.
What?
And
on that note,
well, what about Chris?
I want to end this now.
I got a lot of brothers.
What about Tommy?
I'm like Will Hunting from Good Will Hunting. I got 12 brothers. Fucking Tommy, Tony,
Paulie.
Watch it. All right. Have a good night. That was weird.
That's been us.
Yeah. Wait, I got something else to say.
Say it. See you next week, everybody.